let's get back to boxing. Recently, Boots Ennis, a guy who's in your division, announced that he's moving up to 154 pounds, leaving the WBA and the IBF titles vacant. Are you somewhat disappointed that that fight never got to you guys? That would have been a big fight. You know, he's from Philly, which is on the East Coast. You guys train in Massachusetts, big fan base in New York. I saw that as a potential big fight. What are your opinion on Boots moving up, and also are you a little disappointed?
No, I'm not disappointed. It happened because Rohan's a big boy. What I'm disappointed is that he couldn't. You know, the politics of boxing it was going to get in the way of him getting a title at 140, and and then now he's at 147. Boost moved up. That's fine because I think Rohan should be able to get a title at 147, and then after that he'll move up to 154, and that fight will happen eventually.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because when Boots moved up, it got announced that both his titles were vacant, the WBA and the IBF. And I was like, I know Rohan's going the WBO route, but I wanted to see how he was ranked in those sanctioning bodies, and he's not ranked at all. I was a bit disappointed because I'm like, I want him with options, you know, as to okay, if the WBO guy don't want to go with us, maybe they could go fuck around, get a vacant of either one of those two belts, and he's not ranked in those sanctioning bodies. Can you talk to me about that?
Well, it's the one you target. You know, he's he's with Top Rank, so they got real good relationship with the WBO. You know, a lot of their fighters are either ranked or WBO champions.
Mhm.
Um, but he is ranked in other organizations. He's ranked in the WBC. We
Yeah,
had to take we had to sign some paperwork for testing and all that. So once he did that, he was able to go into the top 15. I think
yeah,
I don't what is he 12 or something or
yeah.
4.
I'm pulling it up right now. He is ranked. If I'm not mistaken, he was ranked 14 or something like that.
Yeah, so he entered the top 15. Now you know he could fight the champion once you enter the top
Oh,
15.
oh, he's ranked 11 actually. He's ranked 11.
Yeah,
No, no. The reason I brought up the other two sanctioning bodies because those are the ones that are vacant. So
yeah,
where
yeah,
he could have fought
yeah.
for them and and became a champion that way. That's why I brought him up. But yeah, he's ranked number 11 in the WBC. Um, yeah. Also, speaking of rankings on BoxRec, he's actually ranked now number 5 welterweight, which really he's top 4 because Boots is ranked number 1, so he'll be leaving. So on BoxRec, he's ranked as the number 4 welterweight. I know BoxRec rankings is not always the best, but what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think even so, you say Boost left, so now it'll go up even more. But now remember, Norman is fighting Susaki
Sasaki. Yeah.
and whatever, right? Susaki or
Mhm.
Sasuke. Um, so one of them gonna drop off under 5. Uh,
Mm.
so as of this coming week, it should be number 3, right?
Number 3. And then depending on his performance with Quentin Randall, he could move up from number 3 to number 2, possibly number 1. We'll see how he performs and
Who would be who's number 1 is what Haney's there, right? Haney's up there.
I'll tell you right now. It is Haney. It got Ennis number 1, which he's leaving. Haney 2, Sasaki 3, Norman 4, and Rohan 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how Haney's number 2, but again, BoxRec uses like a computerized system. It's not necessarily something so foolproof. But yeah, that's how they go. And but one thing that's preventing him from moving up as far as high up as fast as we would like it's tough for him to get tough fights. It's been reported that 3 fighters have turned down the fight. Blair Cobb's turned down the fight. Karen Shukazian turned down the fight. Nicolas Flas turned down the fight. How frustrating is it as a trainer where these are some tough guys I just mentioned who could possibly move your guy up even further, but they're turning down the fight.
Um, I'm pretty even kill. I don't get up. I don't get too high or too low. Which I mean, I could sit here and defend him more. But I've been in the business for so long that I understand that someone with Polanco's talent, they don't get title fight. They don't get the pick 'em. He got to get to the number one spot, to the mandatory spot. Someone of his talent. There's a lot of guys. And even Paulie Malignani's told me this one time. He's like, the reason he was a two-time world champion is because he's vulnerable. And then they want to pick. I mean, I had world champions before, so when my guys become world champions, I'm picking. I'm going through the 1 to 15 to see which one is the easiest fight, so we could get a quick title defense, and then then get ready for the number one guy, the mandatory. But you always get a chance between the mandatory, choose whoever you want to fight, and that's where Paulie came in. Paul, they thought they could beat Paulie, and Paulie became world champion. And then the second time they thought they was going to beat him again, and he was able to win.
Okay.
There's a lot of stories like that in boxing.
Yeah, no, and Paulie even went to Ukraine for his second title shot, where he was the underdog and just ripped up the guy's face. So the guy really kind of quit, So that's an interesting way of putting it, where people know you like Rohan not only gonna get a title shot if he's forced into it,
And so the bad part is that he's at his prime. He should be champ. If he wasn't Dominican, he was like an Olympian from America. He'll be world champion right now. But the Dominican boxing is like it's starting to get momentum right now. But they're not putting a lot of people in seats. So he's 26 years old, where he should have been a champion probably at 24. And now I don't see it happening this year. Hopefully next year something to come about it.
Yeah, I mean, if Norman wins his fight, and Rohan wins his fight, there's no other obvious opponent for Norman. Unless maybe a unification with Barrios or a unification with whoever wins those vacant belts. I guess maybe those fights could get in the way. But other than that, like and they both on the same side of the street. I could see that fight happening next after both their fights.